How do internet? We are back on the upper Peak Forest Canal. This is the second part of the series, and we need to work out where we are, draw something, and move on. This series, well, this episode was inspired by the narrowboat Silver Fox and its inhabitants, Foxes Afloat. They are a couple of YouTubers who are fantastic, have their own narrowboat, sold everything for a narrowboat, and are travelling the UK inland waterways, documenting it as they go and having a brilliant time, making some really good content as they do. So I've made a map, which is the entire upper Peak Forest Canal. I only have 4 minutes left to draw, and guess where I am? Find something to draw. Do we go for something a bit more simple? I say simple. Something a bit more focused. I'm going to say we do. Just because that's what I'm feeling right now. This might be a terrible idea. It might be the best idea I've ever had. Let's find out. So, make this smaller. But anyway, yes, I've made a map. It covers the entirety of the Peak Forest Canal. The upper Peak Forest Canal, that is. And you can play along. There's a link down below that will give you a play along link where your scores will be tallied up against, well, my score that's happening right now, right in front of you, but also the score of any other viewers who decided to have a go. Okay, so this is already not going great, but we're going to persevere. We only have, so the general rules of geosketching, if you're new here, is that we have a set minute. In this instance, it's 5 minutes per round to draw and locate ourselves within a round of GeoSketchr, which is an online game where you are put into somewhere on Google Street View and ranked by how close you can guess where you are. Sometimes I do well, sometimes not so much. So we're very quickly just throwing down shapes, throwing down something to get our resemblance here to this tiller. It's got a white banding on it, so let's throw that in, and we're going to try and get a background layer on if we can. We've got 2 minutes remaining, so we can put this, I don't know what these are called, but the bits of stop you bouncing off logs. It's my understanding of them. And we're going to get that on, and then we're going to indicate that chain. We're going to grab ourselves a cream, or at least a light creamish yellow, and we're going to try and get in the indication of a very weird angle, but we're just going to have to go with this. I've noticed now that I've got my perspective slightly wrong on that tiller. That's fine, we can make it work. We just need to make sure that we get that bit on and it comes this side as well. A little resting point, grab this blue, and we can just add in these couple little bits of items at the back, and then we've also got a rope tied off here. We've got 1 minute remaining. We're going to bring in a new layer so that we can bring it underneath the background. I said underneath the background layer. We can't go underneath it. Oh no. Right, we need to bring in a background colour. That's my problem right now. So let's select that. Bring in a dark brown. And hope that we can. Okay, that's not bad. That's done us some good. End of selection. And then we can put in a bit of darker around the boat. Bit of this coming off this way, and 42 seconds remaining. We can see the narrowboat going off like this. Here we go. It's not bad for a 4-minute sketch. Even if I say to myself, I know where this is. This is Stockport, Marple, New Mills, Furnace Vale, Whaley Bridge. We're right down in Whaley Bridge at the end of the canal here, right near the there's an old loading and offloading point here where they used to transfer cargo onto the canal, off the canal onto the railway, just over the road. And we are just here, I think. Yeah, just before this corner. Another perfect score. Now, if you've been watching part 1, which is available either in a link somewhere close by my head, or it'll be available on the YouTube channel in general, or there is a GeoSketchr super playlist with all the GeoSketchers so far if you're interested in watching more. You will find part 1 where we travelled around. Some of my guesses in that, even being familiar with the area, some of my guesses weren't that great, but we're going to jump into round 5. Full 5 minutes this time. Okay, so this is a new map that I've made as well. So it's literally, I've made a map that covers the entirety of the Upper Peak Forest. And so I'm testing it as well as drawing it for the first time. I think, once again, hang on, we can move in a bit. Bringing the basin back to life. Okay, so this is my another round where we are getting this bridge here in Bugsworth. But we're going to choose something else to draw. Do we draw this CRT man? I think we might. So, a lot of the people that work for the Canals and River Trust, for the most part, are volunteers. They will come out and they'll help people up and down flights of locks and things like that. And, well, if you're interested in getting involved, I guess you can go over and find out more on the CRT website. But this gentleman here is obviously helping to get the 3D camera, because there is a section of towpath which is available on Google Street View rather, which is why I've made this map, because I noticed it and thought, there's an idea. But if you've got any other ideas of places that would make a good geosketching map, you can create your own maps over on GeoGuessr rather, or you could let me know and I'll create it and then you can play it. I don't mind, but it's always fun to explore different places, make new maps, add new content, and I think more canals might be in the future of this series because I've enjoyed this. Maybe I need to find some sort of, maybe they're already out there. Maybe there are some people making historically related maps. I don't know, but if anyone knows any, drop a link in the comments, and I'll check them out. Because I like playing GeoGuessr, I like geosketching, I like exploring. Now this guy's head is going to be very dinky if I'm not careful here. Well, maybe not. Maybe we're about right. We've got 2 minutes, so we don't have much time to consider shapes of, accurate shapes that much. It's not too bad actually. So we are. Oh, I didn't want to undo that. Got an ear there. I'm just thinking about how when I put a second layer down, because my opacity is low, it's going to darken that first layer down a little bit. So I'll put this down here. And then we can bring this in like this, and then we can try and get the shadow across the face from the hat. And then get some detail around here. Bring this grey in because it comes very close around his head here. And then we can also bring this grey in because it looks like this gentleman here is wearing sunglasses, which makes our lives slightly easier in terms of getting some detail in. But we'll go for a little happy man and try and get some arms just indicated in. Walking along. Not the finest drawing I've done. I'm sure if this gentleman sees this, he will either be offended or not. But that is the risk we take. Existing in a world where our every movement can be documented by Google and the likes. 37 seconds remaining. We need to get a very small brush on a very high opacity and put CRD. And I'm not going to try and do the logo, but that'll do us. 21 seconds remaining. It's one of the issues you do have geosketching people. Great for posing practice and things like that on when you're geosketching, but I will admit, I wonder if this is the house here. It looks like it could be. And it was. There we go. Yeah, it's great for posing, but obviously because it's anonymizes faces, you're a little bit stuck unless you've got an idea for a character's face. And so we got a very quick thrown in face there, and that makes the end of this episode. If you want to see more canals geosketch, let me know. I'll do more. I'll get some more things set up, but we got some okay little drawings there. Drawings of narrowboats, drawing of CRT members, all along the upper Peak Forest Canal. So you can see that part of this was on the towpath, and part of the towpath, I think down to around about here, and then back to Whaley Bridge, has actually been documented with a 360 off-road camera by the look of it. But let's have a look at our summary. Our first guess was miles off because I was a little bit tight on time. But all in all, not a bad score. We'll like the map because it's a map that I've made. If you've enjoyed this video, give us a big thumbs up down below. Drop a comment to let me know what you thought of it. Is there anything that could be improved? Is there anything in the format or in the way that it's presented that you would like to see improved or changed? Because I'm listening to your feedback. I've had a few people give me a few little things, little hints and tips about how I could improve these videos. I'm trying to break them down into shorter videos that are a little bit more accessible to watch rather than longer 40-50 minute episodes. If you want to see some longer things, go and check my Twitch channel over on Twitch. My Twitch channel over on Twitch, ArtisanBinks. Over there on a Sunday evening, I go on for a few hours and we geosketch at a much slower pace, spending a lot of more time on each drawing, chatting along as we do. You yourself as a viewer can get involved, do some drawings of your own, either from the videos that are already out there on the YouTube channel, or choose your own GeoGuessr location, do some drawing, and post it. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and things like that. I want to see your pictures, I want to see what you draw. Or just make some guesses and beat me at my own game. That's what some people enjoy doing. So without further ado, it's been a pleasure. As always, I'll see you next time for some more geosketching. Goodbye.